guessing and wishful thinking. You know when the heart needs mending. Too much stress on the rivals. You know when the phone needs muting. Bruno, stop it. How could you flop it? 1 yard out where the goal was gaping. Tottenham smashed that ball off the woodwork so many times that the post still trembling. Too many chances missing. Anthony's still reminiscing. He can't score with his signature move on his left. Gotta let that sink in. 3 points drop early. Spurs celebrate, but my eyes still teary. Rasmus Højlund's out with an injury. When he returns, man, I hope he's 30. Stop gassing and wishful thinking. You know when the heart needs mending. Too much stress on the rivals. You know when the phone needs muting. Bruno, stop it. How could you flop it? 1 yard out where the goal was gaping. Tottenham smashed that ball off the woodwork so many times that the post still trembling. Too many chances missing. Anthony's still reminiscing. He can't score with his signature move on his left. Gotta let that sink in. 3 points drop early. Spurs celebrate, but my eyes still teary. Rasmus Højlund's out with an injury. When he returns, man, I hope he's 30. What? Man, I hope he's 30. I swear. Yo, this is the OT99 Banter, where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms, and I'm joined today by NK. And today we are going to chop up the game against Tottenham. The poor form away from home seems to have carried over from last season into this season. Manchester United had 0-0-0-0-0-0. Look, we're going to talk about it today. NK, how you feeling, man?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing yourself?
Bro, I'm good, but like I said, man, I'm just like, bro, like, this ain't the way to be feeling at the start of a season. Do you understand? This ain't the way. We should be excited, optimistic about our players, what we can achieve, and look, it's a dead feeling from the get-go. It's like last season, bro. Dead season.
Honestly, I've kind of like, obviously, you know me, like pre-season, after the Real Madrid game, I kind of saw what was coming. So mentally, I've kind of prepared myself for this type of like season anyway, you know. I mean, before the season, you know, people were kind of like talking about whether the team can probably be potentially challenged for the title or so. I saw a few stuff in pre-season that it just made me lose my confidence. So to me, I don't know, yesterday was just, like I've been saying all week, before even the game started, I said, look, we're going to struggle. Because I saw the Tottenham game against Brentford, and then the way they played, naturally, that's kind of our style of football, exposed our weakness. So I've been contemplating that all week, and the fact that we were going away from home, I've always said it. The first two away game, which was against Tottenham and Arsenal, if United want to be serious and want to be taken serious, they need to at least get 3 points out of one of those games. And me personally, I was targeting more of the Tottenham game, but after yesterday, it seemed like the problem from last season, that away thing, is going to be like that, and we might have to just depend on the home record again too, man. But
what's the issue though? Because
unpack the game, yeah.
What's the issue? Because like Manchester, obviously this is Erik ten Hag's second season now. He's had a couple transfer windows. He's had all this time to work with the players and get to know them and understand them and know what he needs, what he feels like will improve the squad. It was given a bunch of money, even though it's not the Glazers' money, to go and spend and bring in the players that he's brought in. He's brought in Onana, he's fixed an issue there, in my opinion. He's brought in Mount, and he's brought in Rasmus Højlund, who's currently injured right about now, and he's still trying to get Amrabat. But like, should we be seeing a bit of like progression? Like, what's I don't understand. Is it the fact that can Erik ten Hag solve this issue, or is it bigger than?
No, but see, he can't solve this issue, but I don't think it's that straightforward like that. Look, the manager has spent a lot of money, but to me, I mean, from talking to people, from doing research, everybody always tell me like the way in which he plays, his build-up stuff from his centre backs and his number 6. Unfortunately, the guys that play the three guys that do the build-up, which is Martinez, Varane, Shaw, and Casemiro. 2 of them are not guys that are naturally like good on the ball like that. So it's very easy for team to set up and then block up from what they call it, going higher up the pitch, because you're seeing it. They set up like 3-1-6, and if your 3 and your 1 cannot find the 6 up there, you cannot get that advantage that you need higher up the pitch. Yesterday, for example, before the game, one of my biggest concerns is that I said, okay, then Tottenham are gonna press us high up the pitch, and when they do, how do we then get the ball up there? Because naturally, what you're gonna do is, if they do that, you're gonna go long, because you're gonna have a target man there to help you out. Yeah. As it stands now, the target man that we bought is injured, So we can't have the target man there. So yesterday, if you saw it, the ball we work play out, it go to Wan-Bissaka, he go long, it go to the wingers, and then we lose the ball. Yeah. Because naturally, it's very hard for him to also have a plan B. But the thing that I have a big concern about is that he's trying to mix and match profiles. And this is where it's going wrong. He's buying players that play his football, but he's not. But then he's actually playing a football that adapt to some guys at the football club, some players at the football club that cannot play his type of football.
He hasn't necessarily.
So this is where the issue is. So the issue is, look, you either gonna not cater to them because we know he needs to get results, but then it gets to the point where you're not playing your style of football. The results too are just like up and down, and then this is where us fans do. This is when the doubts coming from our fans to say, okay, then give us something for us to be hopeful about so that we can continue to back you. Because at the moment, you can't keep on spending money when the problem we're still having the same issues, and that's where that's where we are at right now. Yesterday, watching Tottenham, who manager have just come into the football club, play that type of football that they were playing. As a United fan, it was embarrassing because how do you go and tell a rival fan that, our manager need more players in order to play his brand of football, when another guy just came into the football club like a few months ago and he got them playing like that? I mean, as a fan, how do you even talk to rival fans trying to explain that?
You can't. And I really do feel like Man United's style of play is one of them high risk, high reward type players, but also like you're vulnerable. Like it's a risky style of play because when you're doing 3 at the back with maybe like Casemiro or whatever, shadowing covering the defense, you do your inverted fullbacks who press high up as well, and then you're playing like 6 or 5 in attack, no midfield, only Casemiro doing a thing. If we get little intercepted, if they press us, they win the ball back. It's a quick flip from their defense straight to our defense. Like there's no midfield there. There's a hole. Like it's Donut FC. And Manchester United, like where we play this attacking style of football, where we're just overloading, shall I say, if we're not taking our chances, that chance that Anthony missed where he hit the post, I don't care, bruv. That should be going in the net. Like I'm tired of all of this. Like he done well to, like, bro, that's your signature move. You probably practice that week in, week out on a training ground. That's your move. How many times he's hitting that ball, cutting in, and it's going over going over the crossbar? I can't tell you, bro. That's your signature move.
There was a lot of like
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, Bruno missed that thing. I think the Rashford one, I'm hearing it might have been offside too, but even that, you still put in the net,
He's still putting in the net. Bruno Fernandes, he'll be moaning at the guy saying, raw, like, how could you miss that? He'll be the first one raising his hands.
Should have scored that. And the issue is, what you talked about. Obviously, look, in Tim Hag's system, in the floors here, the weakness is always going to be on the counter, but you have to minimize that. And how you do that is, first of all, when the ball go high up the pitch, the front players need to be able to look after the ball. It's not every day that you always have to rush at the first instant that you do. You don't have to. I'll give you a perfect example, Fems, here, and I was watching it. And this is why sometimes, we talk about players and stuff like that, players actually making the system, because you can do it yourself all you want, but the players is the one who make the system come to life. Yesterday, see the Tottenham first goal. Maddison had the ball. Son was through on goal. He could literally have played him through on goal, but what he done was that he recycled it. He recycled it. I don't know whether if Son was offside, because I saw Son try to check his run. Like
he wasn't happy. I don't think he was happy when he did.
Yeah. So, but then he recycled the ball, and then by recycling the ball, they created a better chance to go and score. So naturally, when players are looking after the ball and recycling it, it's very hard for you to kind of like keep on doing that whole counter attack. If it was our team, the 4 players will lose the ball.
Yeah, or we'll hit the ball anyway and it'll just be offside because we just hit it home.
Oh, yeah. And then once you do that and they win the ball, boom, because we are all over the place in terms of position, it makes the other team transition become very easy on us. So this is where sometimes players just need to know how to say to you, the 4 players, because I think, was it the last game against Wolves?
Yeah.
Apparently we lost the ball. Our 4 players lost the ball more than
the most. Yeah, in the opening game.
In the opening game. And when you're doing that, sadly, when we are overloading up front and we can't keep the ball up there, what does it mean? It means that when you lose it up there, bro, there's nothing there. That's why
Do you know what?
see
Yeah,
teams.
I saw Martial when he got brought on 5 minutes to spare or something along those lines, like a couple of minutes. Bro, just a little glimpse of what I saw. And I know like this, I don't even like talking about Martial because he scarred me, yeah. But the little glimpse what I saw in terms of the ball sticking, him like being able to hold up the ball and bring others into the game, I didn't see from Rashford. You know when you talk about that whole quick, that back to forth, the ball ain't sticking up for him. We ain't got no midfield for one. But when you ain't got a forward in Marsh and Rashford that can't hold up that ball, can't play with his back to goal like that, wants to be running on, seeing a goal, running on to guys, taking guys on, instead of holding up the bro, it's gonna be stress. You're gonna be having inviting more pressure on yourself. Martial for 5 minutes.
What you speak of, for example, and this is where at times you need to look at the manager because it's been known that from last season when Martial hasn't played, that has always been an issue. He tried that with Workhorse, and this is one of the issues. This is one of the reasons why he tried to play Workhorse as a 10 to help us stick the ball a little bit, kind of like deeper. In preseason, he was experimenting with Sancho playing there. And he actually did that role good in terms of like holding up play and putting people through. He done that very good. Now we come back into the first game against Wolves. We see that was an issue too. I was saying before the game, I always felt like one of Eriksen or Sancho was going to come in because of how Tottenham was going to do. I just felt like we were always going to need someone high up the pitch to help us hold up the ball a little bit and get the wingers through. I always thought that, but obviously he didn't. But even though tactically though, I would say first half. The first half was a very open game. Both teams had chances, but as I said to you, as a United fan, you could feel like we were the much better. We had a much better chances than them. So like I said to you, so I can't really fault the manager approach in the first half. I think what happened in the second half, to me, this is what second half. I don't necessarily put it down to that. I think that what we always talk about the players' mentality, because the way in which we dropped, our head dropped, and obviously Bruno too as a captain too. Anytime like something had to go ahead of us, but the players lost composure, bro. Second half, well, after the first goal went in, it was like I'm thinking it's still 1-0. It's still very early in the second half. We can still come back into the team, but they were playing after the first goal went in. They were playing as if like we were playing a 2-leg game that we were like 3-0 down. And we had to like rush and score like 3 goals or something, but it was just bad. They just lost everything that they were doing good in the first half. It disappeared, and then it became worse after worse after worse. Honestly, me after the second goal went in, I stopped watching. I didn't even watch for Martial to even come on the pitch. I saw him and Pelistri coming off. Bro, I switch on. I don't even know who they came on for.
Yeah, Pelistri needs to stop. Pelistri needs to be starting, in my opinion, because there's no point. Like, for me, I ain't gonna lie. Like, we sugarcoat this whole. I know I'm trying to defend Anthony because we got to back your play, but he's not telling me enough. The Rashford's not telling me enough as a centre forward, and Garnacho definitely ain't doing enough as a starter for Manchester United. Our front three, when you play this style of football, you've got to have a clinical front three because you're risking it all in midfield. Midfield's the engine where the game's won and lost. You're basically sacrificing that midfield, and putting centre backs up there to cover your midfield situation, You're risking it all for you to be now not putting goals in the net. And we ain't got a clinical on a front three. If we had a Mane and Salah of old, bruv, I'll understand, man. United would have put in 2 goals by now and they're dead of the game. The morale would have been dead. This type of football with this type of forwards, it's not enough, bruv. And we need to have more possession of the ball when you've got this type of forwards, because we can't afford to be getting turned over like this, because we're only going to be conceding goals. It don't matter if you're up against any team. Like, even Wolves were lucky. We could have lost that like 4 something. They could have scored like 4 goals.
But and you see, the situation is, even in preseason, when Tim Hag was using 2 teams, you saw the contrast. There was one team that were able to keep the ball. I mean, the quality was not there because it was like a Pelistri and then a Fossen that was playing as a winger, But to tell, they looked after the ball, they played, and then in those games, we hardly had turnovers. Like, we hardly considered it counter because they were looking after the ball. As I said to you, some of the best way to defend is by keeping the ball, not necessarily like giving opposition a ball too. So when you have the ball, obviously you are literally just doing that, because even this film where we play up and down is very exhausting. And at some point in the game, you're going to get gassed out. And when you get gassed out with a lot of time to go, opposition are going to pounce on that, So I think the managers, I think in the next few days, he got some very tough decision to make. Whether he's going to do that or not, it's a different situation, you know. Because to me, even Shaw, I've seen Shaw come back to his old self, playing bad, and Rashford too don't look interested in playing as a centre forward, and he's making it show out that he don't want to play there too. Anthony too, all of a sudden too, like how he's playing just bad too. It's even get to the point where now you tend to see a little bit thing in Martinez. Yesterday I saw Martinez literally playing some long balls that you should never play anyways. I'm thinking, why are you even playing that? Naturally, last season, you wouldn't even be doing that. So now, why are you doing that too? You know? Even Cash too, sometimes too, obviously, he win the tackle too, but at times too, like, it's just not there, man. There's so things that need to be fixed. I don't know if the manager have it in him, because the players that he needs to take out of the final line too, if he don't take care and he take this place out of the final line and he's not getting results, they're gonna turn on him. They're gonna turn on him, man. So
yeah, like in the game, I saw like Martinez it start off well, like he was covering that left side, covering Shaw when Shaw like went inverted and was pushing up. He was doing that well, made some decent challenges there, so I'll give him that. Varane tried as well, like to do his thing at centre back as well. But I think like if I was to give anyone props in that game,
you'll be the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper.
But we're about to give the goalkeeper props again, man.
Yeah. It's enough. Look, when is the last time we started giving goalkeepers props, giving goalkeepers our player of the season? That was under Oli days, David De Gea, where he was getting all of his golden gloves or whatever it was, and nobody was performing. That is what's scary.
It's running, bro. Look, Onana came here for his ball playing with the stuff, but in 2 games in there, bro, he has had to use his hand more. Bro, he's just literally doing what De Gea was doing, bro. And his ball playing, we are yet to see that his ball playing skills become an advantage of this team, because we are always on the back foot trying to defend for our life. To the point where we are seeing less of that.
So I saw Eric Ten Hag have an original idea of bringing in Mount, having like 2 Bruno Fernandes types, so 2 like 8s or 10s or whatever you call it, and then Casemiro. And he kind of underestimated Wolves in the first game, thinking that, you know, he can adopt that, he can afford to do that because of Wolves and who Wolves are, whatever like that. Now, for Tottenham, it gave them a bit more respect and brought back Mount a little bit deeper. And we saw that in the start of the first half, helping. We saw a little bit more balance. And then, like you said, like in the second half, all of that vanished. What do you see happening? Obviously, he stuck with Garnacho as well. We had a tough first game as well. What do you see happen in the next game? Because, look, everyone now is worried now. Like, Eric Ten Hag is coming under a little bit of like, people are starting to now talk like, like this is your second season now, pull your socks up type talk. What do you see happening now in our next game? Because how does Eric Ten Hag fix this issue that we're facing now?
I don't think he can do that just yet. I don't know if he can just yet, because to me, look, Kobe was I always say that I don't think he bought Mount, because a lot of people talking about, he bought Mount to do Casemiro, Bruno. I don't think he bought Mount to do that. I thought he bought Mount to do either Mount, Kobe, Casa, or bring Amrabat inside too. I think that always to get 2 midfielders. And as I said to you, when the way our wingers are playing, I wouldn't have been surprised if the plan was at some point put Bruno there. Yeah, you know. But to me, talking about what do you call it, changes. In the meantime, I think Sancho and Eriksen need to come into the team. I really think they need to come into the team, because something needs to give there. I don't know who is going to drop. I don't know what it is, but the team need to be able to keep the ball a little bit.
But do you see Eric Ten Hag dropping Mount? He just splashed 55 or 60 M's on.
Well, I'll have to do something, not just Mount too, not just the finish. It's just not Mount too. It's a lot of players too. As I said to you, the way Rashford has played, bro, he shouldn't even be starting the next game. But of course, he's going to do that. And this is what I said to you. There's a bit of inconsistency coming with the manager, because in his first season, after the first game, Fred lost his place. No, actually, no, McTominay lost his place. And then the next game, Fred lost it. And then after that, Maguire and what do you call it, Shaw left their place. But then now, obviously, first game there, yes, we won, kept the same lineup. We lost against Tottenham too. So we're going to see what he's going to do too. But I don't know what it is, and even a lot of people have been talking about it yesterday after the game, the press conference. People are talking about the pressure trying to get to the manager, man. Trying to get to the manager. But honestly, friends, I feel like if they don't go into in the last few days that's left, if they don't go get this guy and midfielder, it's going to be a long season for him. It's going to be a long.
I question. It's such a confusing thing because like when Ralph Rangnick is at Manchester United, he obviously had that famous quote where he said, "Oh, Manchester United need open heart surgery." Yeah, but since then, like Ericsson, like we've seen, like the team he was referring to, like there was no Garnacho. Like, if you look at the starting lineup that played against Tottenham, there was no Garnacho, so he's fresh in there. What do you call it? Anthony's fresh. He was bought in. When you got Varane, Casemiro, these guys weren't team players that Ralph Rangnick was referring to. Do you know what I mean? Mount again wasn't a guy that he was referring to. These are all fresh guys with a different mindset, I guess. Let's just say a whole freshman type. They weren't the same players, but it still seems like it's the same thing, especially away from home. Like, what is going?
Look, I know what it is the call. Look, yesterday the starting lineup. Wan-Bissaka was here before Tim Hag. Varane was here before Tim Hag. Shaw was here before Tim Hag. Bruno was here before Tim Hag. Who was played up front too? Rashford too. Garnacho too. Yes, Garnacho is from the academy too. So, as I said to you, to me the biggest issue, and then this is what Tim Hag needs to solve. I thought he was going to do that in the summer. If you come here, you're not going to play your football. Then buy the players that are going to play whatever football you're trying to play now. But what he's doing is he's buying players that play his football, and he's still matching with the guy that don't know how to play his football. He said that at the press conference right before the season started that he got players that can play transition football, and that's what he was trying to do. But at the same time, too, if you're doing that, Anthony is not about that life. Yeah, he's playing. So the question is, which one is which? What are you trying to do? It's that whole mix and match. You need to stop it. Either you abandon your plans and fully go into a system for these players where Bruno as a 10 need two players sitting. So you're either going to have a Casemiro and McTominay playing there, give Bruno the freedom where he can go there, do whatever he's doing, and it wouldn't affect the team. Or abandon that, play your type of football, and any player that's literally giving the ball away for free and not recycling the ball into the 2-1, just do that. But this, as I said to you, the mix and match, eventually, yes, you will get results, but at some point, the results will die. And when the results die, we all know what's around the corner when it died at the football club.
It's so frustrating, though. I want to watch this team because, like, look, if you're implementing this style, I'll respect it if it's getting you results. But when you're not getting results, you start looking into the detail. You start looking into the fact that Manchester United are not even playing football. You start realizing that, we're doing a lot of long balls and through ball. Like, there's no football. It's just knock the ball to Rashford, knock the ball to, Anthony, try and do a long ball. Like, Shaw, cross it. Like, it's just nothing is. And then you watch your oppositions. You watch the Newcastle City game, for example. You watch ballers. You know what I mean? Ballers, the Isaacs, Tonali's. Look, City's lost De Bruyne. They've lost.
Yesterday,
Gundogan.
Basuma and Maddison it looked like them guys has been playing together for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even know Basuma had that in his locker,
I was watching and thinking, and this is where sometimes personnels are very key. Well, as I said to you, can do the implement, but it's the players that make it show there. And then I was asking a question too. If we were to swap our midfield 3 and put in the Tottenham team yesterday, would they have still be playing the same football as they were playing? Because yesterday, their team, Maddison, Basuma, and that Sar guy, they ran the show there. They ran. But me and you are not even going to be talking about Son yesterday, because yesterday wasn't about him. Those 3 guys literally pause the game, control it, and that's all it is. And we talk about midfielders are always your engine. And when they're not doing what it is to do, they're not grabbing the opportunity. The thing is, in our midfield, but we don't have the physicality. We don't win tackles as much. We don't keep the ball there too. So it's a big question too. I said to you, the manager needs to do something for him, man, because we can't keep on doing this. Where our next away games against us now. Me. We're gonna do this whole rival fun. I am struggling fans to find an energy in me just to go do this trash talk that we do on a basis. I don't know, because I know what is going to happen after the trash talk. We're going to go hiding. We're going to go hiding after that. We're going to go hiding, man.
Bro.
I know we're in the home games against Nottingham Forest. After that, you just start going, oh God, you know the Arsenal fans are going to come after us. How do we do a trash talk first? How do we do when we know what's coming?
There's nothing there. You're right. There's nothing there, man. There's nothing there. The scariest thing is like Man United don't look like they had a preseason. They don't look match fit. They don't look match sharp. They don't look like, it's like playing a 2-player game and then you picking up one controller and put the other controller down that's supposed to have the second 2-player playing, just resting it there. That's what it felt like with Tottenham and Manchester United. After like the first 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it was, look, it felt like we just put down the pad and let Tottenham do their thing. And look, against teams like Arsenal, bro, that result, would be like another Liverpool again, potentially another 7-0 again. And then,
Are we part of the match today?
Man of the match? Flipping hell, brother. I have to give it to the goalkeeper, isn't it? It has to be Onana at the end of the day, because Onana, he's the only one that I can honestly say we brought him in and he's showing me things that I would have expected from him. He's coming out, he's grabbing the ball. Do you know what I mean? When the ball, when the goalie's out of sight, out of the camera frame, and then one of the attackers are running onto it. But then you see Onana out there, like cancelling that danger. I saw that multiple times as well. He has to be the man of the match for me.
At times he was trying to calm them down. He didn't even want to get the ball to them because of the ball too.
But who's your man of the match anyway?
Yeah, Onana, man. Onana, man.
100%. Look, guys, man. You heard it from us, man. We gave our thoughts and opinions on the game, man. It was stress. All I can say is buckle up, man, and enjoy the ride, or whatever you call it, bro, because it's going to be a long, bumpy ride, man. And Manchester United right about now, man, are in the trenches. We're in the trenches in game week 2. But guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow NK on socials. Follow this channel on socials, man. Smash the like button. Leave a comment and let us know what your thoughts is in the game and what you think the result is going to be against Nottingham Forest and Arsenal. But until next time, peace.